Live from the legendary podcast bus in sunny California, it's America's funniest new podcast.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
Pretty happy about it. I'm like, thanks.
Yeah.
Good.
We think it's funny. And now, here are your hosts, Mark Schiff and Daniel LaBelle.
Hey everybody! Welcome to another We Think It's Funny podcast. I'm Daniel LaBelle. I'm sitting here with the one and only Mark Schiff. How you doing, Mark?
Good. What are you yelling about?
It's an intro.
Yeah, but you don't have to yell.
You got to come in with
You
excitement.
got headphones on. You don't have to yell.
Fine.
I'm sitting a foot away. Jeff's sitting a foot away. You don't have to yell. This is the way Jews are. Jews yell at everything.
Right.
Waiter!
Right. Or Jews complain when someone else is yelling.
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah, would you
Jewish.
keep it down,
Yeah,
please?
yeah. Hey,
That's,
what's the
Nobody
voice?
can hear my yelling when you're yelling.
The volume.
That's Jeff Dye in the studio. What's up, Jeff? It's
Thanks
good
for
to
having
have
me,
you
guys.
here.
Yeah, sorry I'm late.
No, it's good to have you here.
I was driving through the beautiful town. I was very much enjoying the drive.
I appreciate you saying sorry you're late because in Los Angeles, if you make it the same day,
Yeah.
consider it on time. But really, are you an on-time guy?
Always on time. Yeah.
Me too.
I think what happened with this one is I just kept sitting at the coffee shop. And then I was like, well, gosh, I should text him, see you soon. I should have Googled how far this was before. But
And you have a
generally I'm
car
very
that takes like an hour to park.
I know, yeah, it's a
So,
big.
it's
yeah,
big.
It's very big.
This
Yeah.
is a Cybertruck, man.
Yeah.
How is that?
I like to drive the Cybertruck just so I can annoy everyone, let them know who I voted for.
Right.
I like
Yeah.
to troll society.
Has anybody hit you? Done anything to you?
No, I got a lot of middle fingers, which is crazy
The
to
New
me.
York finger.
Yeah. Well, the weird thing about it is like, I live in Sherman Oaks, right? And there's 9,000 Model Ys, 9,000 Model S's. Are they
Yeah.
in a constant state of flipping everyone off?
Yeah.
Or do they only think mine is somehow a problem?
Well-
Because there's so many Teslas.
Right. Yours is cyber, though. Yours is...
They feel like you're rubbing it in their face.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's not a normal Tesla. You
It's
really,
the same company.
you love Elon more than anybody.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
And I do love Elon.
I understand.
Yeah, but like it makes no sense to like
You told me...
care what
you-
someone's car is.
Didn't you say you were going to put a Heil arm on the windshield
Yeah,
wiper?
yeah. I've done it I've done it more of as a joke on stage
Oh, yeah?
instead. Yeah, I put an arm on the windshield wiper so when it goes.
Wow,
it
right.
just keeps-
I wonder in the 1800s if you drove a certain horse,
Right.
it really pissed people off.
I'm gonna start.
He's riding a Palomino.
Oh, can you believe this
Yeah.
guy? What the heck is he's
Yeah.
problem with the Palomino?
With the Palomino, I hate him.
Oh, he must love Genghis Khan. Yeah. Well, what's fascinating too is it's we should get mad at everyone driving a Ford. I don't know if you guys know about that guy.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do. A
Terrible
big,
guy.
big
Terrible.
anti-Semite.
Right.
I
He
went
had
to
a
the-
weekly publication called "The World's Foremost Problem."
Jews. And he also kept the Elders of Zion book on his desk, which is Jews made matzah out of Christian babies' blood.
Right.
He kept it on his desk for everybody to see. I went to the baseball museum. You ever go there in Cooperstown?
I love it. Yes, one of my favorite places in the world.
They have the video in the beginning, and it's made by the Ford company, and somehow they leave out that Ford was, they make him into this unbelievably wonderful human being,
Yeah.
but they leave out the Hitler lover.
Yeah,
stuff.
which they shouldn't. He was pretty big on all that.
Very
yeah.
big.
I just think it's funny too that like Elon has said, "No, I'm just a guy with autism who accidentally made a bad, like
Right.
that's not what he's tried to say. Sorry, I didn't mean it for
Yeah.
to be that." Now, whether you believe him or not,
That's a difference.
is fine. But he claims like, "Hey, I didn't. I'm a guy from South Africa. Like, I
Right.
don't have any opinions about that. I'm not a white nationalist. I'm not a Nazi." And everybody goes, "I don't believe him. I think he's a piece of trash." Right. However, we have Kanye West.
Yeah.
He's got
Hail
a
Hitler.
song, "I Hitler," with the N word kind of mixed in there. There's so
Yeah.
many things I can't say
No more.
in that song.
Yeah.
And everyone's just allowing it.
So you heard the song?
I've heard it a million times.
A
yeah.
million. So you were a fan.
plays it on
He's
the-
a
Oh
fan.
gosh, it keeps popping up in my naughty
played-
Instagram algorithm.
Yeah.
You listened to it while you're eating your bratwurst.
No,
I guess.
I don't like the song, but it is.
I tried to find it. Listen, I'm a Jew, but I did
Yeah.
try to find this song. And
Yeah.
where did you find it?
Well, it's on Instagram. I see it
Instagram.
on
Instagram. I looked
Reels.
on Spotify, and all of a sudden, two guys knocked on my door and wanted to take me
Say,
away.
"Hey, what happened? How'd you search this?" Yeah.
You want to know something? Mein Kampf, the book?
I
the
do.
Hitler book. You can get it on Audible. So
course.
I got it because I wanted it. I heard about it my whole life. I
Right.
wanted to hear what the Kampf was all about. You
Yeah.
know?
What'd you
So-
think?
I couldn't get through. It was very boring.
It is boring and dense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was listening to
But
it.
it's history. I
Well,
mean,
yeah,
you know.
and I'm driving around. This is a few years ago. I'm listening to it in my car, and
German car.
it was actually before I got the Jeep. I was driving around the
Yeah.
Civic.
In my
So-
BMW, listening to Mein Kampf on
Yeah,
tape.
that's not something you want to stop at a light.
No, drinking a Heineken. It's a whole thing. It's going on with
The
me.
black nationalists are on the corner going like, "Hey, you white devil," and then they hear what you're listening to.
So once you're listening to it for a few days, it becomes like, just like what you're listening to. It's not shocking. You're just in it. You're just
Right.
in Mein Kampf. And you kind of forget.
You're in Mein Kampf.
Great. Right.
So
You're on chapter 4. I mean, it's no longer shocking.
I pulled up. I had to go to this dinner thing at Duke's in Malibu. And I pull up and I got Mein Kampf playing. And the valet gets in. And I forgot that it's playing. And he gets in and it's going, and the problem with the Jew is he is like a rat. And the guy looks at me and I'm like,
You're like, I didn't say it. It's just in the
and
book.
it's on the screen of my car by
is
Adolf
great.
Hitler.
Yeah. They're like, what are you listening to? You're like, hey, now you got to give them the same pitch you gave us. Like,
Yeah.
it's history, I need to hear it.
I
you gotta give him
I've heard about it my whole life. It's a valet.
We had to
guy.
give him I didn't know pitch. I didn't know.
Oh, jeez,
I wasn't there.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
I'm a
it was
history
just-
buff.
I didn't explain it at all. I just went,
Give him like a shrug.
I listen to Hitler.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
I've read all the like manifestos of like killers,
Uh-huh.
and I'm always fascinated by them because you want to get in the mind of these people. You know,
Why?
like,
For what
take
purpose?
because I am a firm believer. And this won't be funny. I'm just warning you. But like the idea that like we all have good reasons. Like if you listen to the manifesto,
100%,
if you
yeah.
read the manifesto of those Columbine boys that
Yeah.
like shot up their school, they had 100 good reasons.
Right.
But the difference is, no matter how many good reasons you have, you don't get to hurt people.
Right.
There's no justification to steal or be violent or to hurt someone.
Exactly.
Even if you have 100 reasons. So
what's
Ted
what-
Kaczynski's a genius.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you get to blow up someone.
For what's a good you said good reasons.
I mean, we're humans. We rationalize everything.
That's right.
So
Right.
even if you steal from a bus equipment, that piece of shit is somewhere at his house going, hey, man, I got to live.
Right.
Hey, I got to sell this. I got to eat. Hey, this guy's got more than me. Insurance will probably cover it. And you rationalize.
Mm-hmm.
And those rationalizations are reasons. You give yourself excuses or reasons.
Right.
And you got to teach your children and teach yourself and coach everybody that like no matter how many good reasons you have for a thing, it isn't right. You've got to still do
But
what's
those
right
are
and wrong.
Only your good reasons. They aren't the universal good reasons. Like if I everybody that does something thinks it's going to benefit them. If I
Right.
walk into 7-Eleven to rob them, I think it's going to better my life.
Right.
I got money now. I can get my dope. I can pay my rent. Whatever it is. That's not a good. That's your reason, but it's not a good reason.
Have you
So,
read Dostoevsky? Like,
No. Yeah, I know.
They have it on Audible?
yeah, that's how I've never read a whole book, but I listen to
27
about 10 books a month. Because
27 hours long.
it's
I only
very
read
long.
one book, the whole book.
But the principle is like this guy, or not the principle, but like the whole book is basically this guy just does a terrible thing, and he's justified in his brain. He kills his landlady, and he's like, the world would be better without her. He justifies that,
Yeah.
and then he goes, and if I had all this stuff, that'd be better, and then and I wouldn't be as bad as she is, and I'd be
It's War and Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's not War and Peace. It's
No, the other one.
I don't know why I'm blanking.
He
on the
wrote War and Peace too, right?
name. Gosh dang it! But the point is, he basically gets away with it. The whole book, he gets away. The book's this
Yeah.
thick, he gets away with it. But you don't get away with it.
I like how much thickness he gets away with. If it was
the
a thinner
entire book, he's getting away with it. But you
book is
never
this
escape
big and
yourself.
he wouldn't have got
It's
away
like
with it.
if
Yeah.
you can't, you'll never escape. You know what you did.
Right.
Yeah, your girlfriend might not find out you cheated on her, but guess what? You know you're a piece of shit cheater.
100%. So I was talking to a friend of mine about this the other day because this guy, we went out and we went to a deli and he stole the mustard. And I'm telling him, what are you doing stealing the mustard? He goes, they got a lot of mustard. I said, just pay for it. Just
Right.
pay for the mustard. He goes, what's the difference? They've got tons of mustard. I said, for $7, you could feel like a good person.
Absolutely.
I'm like, for $7 for the price of mustard, you don't have to be the guy who steals
Was it
mustard.
a
We
jar-
need more pride. We need more shame. We need more, we should all be being better people. And I think that that's kind of like what the book is saying is like, hey man, You know, like you can walk with your shoulders up and go, you know, I didn't hurt nobody today, and I didn't cheat on nobody, I didn't steal nothing.
It was.
That's right.
I mean, like probably like 20 years ago, I woke up one morning and I felt like I wasn't. I didn't like who I was. I didn't like, and I had this idea in my head that I'm not a good person. And I decided to examine it for like the first time and be like, why do I feel like I'm not a good person? And I made a list of the reasons. And then I'm like, so if I just correct these things,
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
You know, so
well, we're
I did,
teaching young people to
like,
not give a
most,
fuck. We're going, it's cool to not give a fuck.
But,
Oh, I don't care. But going back to the
That's
rationalizations or the reasons, is like that guy in the book came up with all these reasons why it'd be better that woman wasn't on Earth. And he justified it. He really believed, like, I'm going to, you know, this is good what I'm doing. So those reasons are pointless.
You think they still believe it once they get caught?
I think they have to believe it so they can live with themselves.
I want to ask you one question about the mustard.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what did he steal? A jar of mustard?
A little bottle of mustard.
Okay. So when you go to a store and you got takeout and they got the little packets that you can grab,
Yeah.
do you grab just enough or do you take some extras?
It's different. It's different because
It's rationalization.
it's not a rationalization.
Okay, you can take 12 of them?
They know when they put those mustards out, they're not giving you a quantity, a limited quantity. They're like, you're a customer. We know people are going to take more mustards than the right amount of
I
mustard.
disagree.
Discretion, yeah. No, I kind of agree with you because guess what?
You
They
agree with him.
refill those mustards that he stole. The one that his buddy stole, like they refill those. So some server's going, what happened to that mustard? Like you kind of took a thing that no one was expecting you to take. Whereas with the little packets, they know they're inevitable. People are probably going to take more than they should, but it's understood that those are to be taken home.
So I disagree because look, he's got the thing of mustard with the packets. So there's got to be some number where you got to cut it off, then it becomes wrong, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you can't take the whole thing and put it in your bag. That'd be wrong.
Yes, the whole thing in the bag, the whole thing wasn't meant to be taken.
Half meant to be taken.
It was meant to be used while you're there, I believe, right?
What were we
The
talking
packets.
about? The packets or the
Packets.
or the
The packets.
jar?
How
are
many
meant to be
packets
taken
can you
home,
take
and
before
you have
it's
to use
stealing?
discretion. I think once in your mind you know that I'm probably not going to eat all these, but I'll keep a little extra. That's probably the same thing as stealing.
Yeah,
right.
It's just like the napkin people. How many napkins you take when you go?
Just a few, whatever. I'm not. This is a bad example for me because this is one thing that I'm not a bad guy at.
So
Like,
some people
I
put their
don't
hand
eat a
in
bunch.
the
Yeah.
machine and pull all of them out.
70,
Yeah,
exactly.
70
and
napkins.
that's stealing too.
You got one face. Yeah, stealing.
That's stealing.
All right, let me go back. Because
Now I want to go back to the most. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and also this circles back to earlier
What
when
about
you were listening
ketchup?
to Mein Kampf and the valet heard
Yeah.
you, is that if you do read or if you listen to Crime and Punishment, is what it's called.
There it is.
Because I listen to everything on Audible. I've never read a book. I listen to everything. I had dyslexia for a long time, and I'm obsessed. I'm
You
a better
didn't start-
listener than reader.
You didn't start reading till you're 22?
Yeah, around there, like reading
Amazing.
well. So, but like if you're, those old books are kind of naughty, like because literature has changed and words have in. So like, there's a part where Dostoevsky's character gets like really drunk at the bar, and he's like, his face was rosy red and his eyes were chinky, and like while I'm
Right.
listening to it, I'm just kind of giggling about like
Right,
the
yeah.
words.
Chinky.
That wasn't even like a bad word when he wrote it.
Right.
It's an old Russian book,
Yeah.
Well, they say there's a chink in the armor.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean there's a Chinese guy in there.
Right. That's how it
Yeah.
works. Yeah.
Okay, so wait, let me go back now
Great if
for
that's what
a
they meant.
second.
Well,
a
he
Chinese guy?
probably
Yeah,
didn't
it's
mean
crazy.
that. He probably did mean it, and they cleaned it up for him so he didn't
there
get
you
in
go.
trouble.
No, he was Mongolian, but we,
Hold on, this whole conversation, I'm going to take it to a little darker place for a second, but
Perfect.
it's so relevant to what's going on. Because today, very much on my mind is the fact that 2 Jewish people were murdered in Washington, D.C. And for being Jewish by a guy who did it with a reason, with a justification that he's, pro-Palestine.
Okay.
And then I called my friend, and we were talking about it before the show today. And he was saying, what one of the things that bothers him, obviously what bothers him the most is that it happened. But after that is that there's like all these talk shows that are like talking about the guy's reason. They're like, well, let's discuss his reason. I'm like, why should we care about his reason?
Correct. You can't
it's
murder.
the same thing with the Luigi guy, right? So like everybody's like, well, he had an interesting, good point. He murdered. That's
Right.
The point
That
is
was
that you
my
don't make
point.
your point with murder.
Right. It goes
Right?
all out the window the second that you behave that way.
Right.
But it was a
I
good
don't
idea.
care why you're doing it.
It was a
Right.
good idea to him.
Yeah, but
It's
to
not.
a
It wasn't a good
And
idea.
he's still
but
wrong.
to a deranged mind. I remember Dennis Prager did a debate one time at the Saban Theater, and then they opened it up to questions, and I got in a big argument with him. And the debate was if people are born good or evil.
he says they're not born good.
Yeah, he thinks that people, and I said everybody thinks everybody's good because they all want to be good. They're not, what they're doing is not good, but everybody has that innate wish to be good. They just have deranged ideas of what is good. Like Hitler thought what he was doing was very good. Like he thought, I'm going to make Germany great and national pride and, clean up the ethnicities or whatever. And in his mind, that was good. He wasn't acting in a way that he's like, I wake up every morning and I want to do something bad. He was like, I want to wake up and do something good. It's just that his definition of good is bad.
So maybe he wanted to do those things, but his real reason was to kill the Jews.
No, but I mean, I think he thought what he was doing was good.
Right.
Which means that he was coming from a place of wanting to be good. The natural
Sure,
desire
he
of a
thought he
human
was doing the
being
right thing.
is to want to be good.
By the way, the Dennis Prager thing, I disagree. Go to any schoolyard, see how 6-year-olds treat each other. They're bad people. They beat each other, they trip each other, they pinch each other, they call each other names, they pull each other's hair. And if it wasn't for parents, they would turn out to be animals.
I don't think that they're bad people. I think that they're people in development.
They're not in any development without parents.
Okay, well, it's people need guidance. But again, like Hitler, like people will
But
think
they're
that...
natural.
I think the argument's too vague, in my opinion. Like, what good and bad is like just too vague. I think that, animals, which we are, we just do what we got to do. And like, if we were a little feral child, I wouldn't even learn that it's bad to grab it from you. I would think, well, I'm bigger, I grab it from you, and and that wouldn't. There's no bad or good to put on that. Luckily, we live in a society where we do have things where it's easier to kind of define. Hey, maybe don't take that from. We can kind of learn that and develop it. But I think people are inherently good. I think that they have to be. Sin comes in as our religious aspect, but I just think that that's a good word for it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if like it's necessarily needs to be religious, but like the idea that there is something in us that makes us hate things that are different or judge things that are weird to us and strange because it makes us feel uncomfortable, or to take, we definitely do that when we're little kids. We'll just like go grab a thing from a different kid.
It was natural.
Yeah, or if we're just so dependent for so long that we cry anything something doesn't go our way. We've already been taught as a baby that if we cry, it gets fixed.
Right.
So now you kind of carry that over, and you're like, now I'm pouting because I didn't get my way, and you have to kind of grow up.
Right.
But I do think people are inherently good.
So again, I must kind of didn't disagree.
Mm-hmm.
So you look at Germany, how easy it was to turn the country against Jews. These were decent people, scientists, lawyers, doctors, musicians, artists, painters, regular people. Almost all of them turned in a blink of an eye.
Right.
So what happened to the good in them?
I think that, like people can be misguided. I think people can be negligent.
But that quickly?
I think people can be selfish. I don't think that immediately makes them evil. I also listen, how popular is it to talk bad about our current president?
Very popular.
Very popular.
Very popular.
In fact, you can almost become immediate pals with someone, like socially, at any coffee shop or open mic or poetry place by just slandering the president.
In a second.
Right? In a second. Or you could say,
lazy
look,
conversation.
it's lazy, and it's people that aren't really thinking with their it's so quick to go, blah, 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 this. And like you find these little groups of political ideologies or racial ideologies or any of these kind of cultures, as people love to say. So it's very easy to get people to be psyoped into almost anything.
So you voted for him twice, you said?
No, that was a joke.
Oh, that was a joke.
Yeah. I voted for Bernie Sanders originally.
Bernie.
Until I realized he's full of shit.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So
I thought I was tricked by him at first. He was saying all the right things.
So does Trump talk bother you?
I was also tricked, by the way.
Trump talk in the which way? With the way people slander him?
Yeah.
No, I just think it's inconsistent. I think that I was a big Barack Obama guy, and Barack Obama literally deported more Mexicans than anybody. He drone striked everyone in the Middle East, but everything was masked under my American Western Seattle public education and social norms of you don't criticize anyone that's black. You will not say anything bad about a minority, or you're a piece of. You will not say anything bad about a Jew, or you're a piece of. You will be quiet about your religion. You will be quiet about women, right? Like women are.
Women.
They can do no wrong.
Believe all women.
Anything that happens to a woman must. It's so I lived on this we don't say bad things about Barack Obama because he could only be perfect and virtuous, And,
believe all women, right?
Yeah, that's the nonsense.
Anyone that had a mother.
But there were other things about Barack Obama that were very appealing.
Sure.
Like he was a very charismatic.
He's one of the most charming people
He
ever.
made everybody like proud to be American.
I also don't even care that
know?
he deported illegal Mexicans, and I don't care that he drone strike people in the Middle East because I don't know much about that subject. What I don't like is the inconsistency that Trump does the exact same things, and everyone all of a sudden thinks Trump's a monster and that we all should be like rallying against him. The inconsistency is what bothers me, not the fact. I'm fine with Obama. I'm fine with Trump. I'm fine with whatever. Also, if you hate both of them, that's at least consistent for me. You know? What I don't like is that we play like tribal identity politics constantly while pretending we don't, and everyone seems to. It's a very flustering thing.
So they say believe all women. Now, anyone that's had a mother knows you can't believe all women.
Right.
Right?
Right. I think Believe All Women shows how that's like one of the most sexist
Anyone
things
that's
you
had
can
a
think.
sister knows you cannot believe all women. It's firstly, I don't know where these people grew up.
They went too big with that one. They should have been like believe a few women.
Yeah.
Right.
That
They should have said, listen to women. That's what they should have said.
Yeah.
Like, consider that they might be telling the truth.
Or know that what they're saying might not be true women.
See, Believe All Women fell apart very quickly because it was too big of an ask.
All women?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm married. I know you can't believe all women.
No, you
Yeah.
can't.
That's what the liberals like to do, though. Just keep it vague.
Very, very.
Keep everything vague. Because it's hard to disagree with vague. You know, it's like, oh, you don't want women's rights? And you're like, of course I want women's rights.
Sounds like
I
a
didn't
comedian.
know
Don't you
that
feel like-
women's rights, I didn't know that women's health care meant puberty blockers and cutting off someone's penis. But they're like, you don't want health care. And you're like, well, if you keep it that vague, it's very easy to agree with anything vague.
I don't disagree with you, but don't you feel that conservatives do the same thing
Keep it real vague?
a lot of the time?
I don't know. I'm no like apologist for conservatives either.
Right.
Yeah, I get lumped into that category, but
Do you
I'm not.
apologize for anybody?
Just speak for myself. I'm an individual. That's why I get so mad about like racial issues and shit like that, is because it seems like we make all those things special, and I don't like it. Like, I don't think it's like that racism is magic, you know. And I think everyone's made it magic.
Yeah.
Explain that.
I mean, if like I showed a video to 100 college students of a black guy beating the shit out of a white guy, and I said, "Do you think this is right?" 100 of them would say, "No, that's wrong. You shouldn't. That guy shouldn't have got beat up like that." Now, if I said, "What if I told you right before this black guy beat the shit out of him that he called him the N-word?" 100% of those college kids would go, "That's okay then." And you're like, wait, violence is okay if this idiot racist said something terrible. I don't think that's right. I think you still don't get to hit people or hurt people no matter what the reason. But we've been psyoped into racism's magic, anti-Semitism is magic, Zionism is... It's all magic.
Right.
And that gives you this special exception to hurt someone or do a terrible thing. And I think that's wrong. I think that's absolutely wrong.
But we don't actually... we don't have the answer of what is right. Like, you know, especially speaking from being a Jew, I can speak and say, like, the anti-Semitism question, like, how are we supposed to respond to that?
To what? Is someone
to
just
the
saying a thing to you?
I mean,
What
today, like,
we'd have to get specific.
2 people got murdered. I mean,
That's terrible. That's wrong.
What's the right way to fight back? Because
fight back on what?
fight back
People
on,
shouldn't be murdered
on
no matter what.
racism
But
or
like black people are being
anti-Semitism.
murdered in Chicago like every second of the day.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a more important issue because they're two Jewish people and there's some sort of war behind it.
I'm not arguing about importance. I'm just saying like what you're saying what not to do. So what is the right way to do? Because
The right way is to listen to each other, like treat everyone as an individual and love each other, not group up.
Right.
We should be against any violence or any like what if like 10 years from now like the new thing is being overweight. And like
I would have been a trailblazer once again.
You'd be a
it's my thing.
billionaire
I
by
don't
now.
think that it's okay. I think it's just as bad to call someone who's a heavier guy a name than it is to say a racial slur or to call someone a Jewish slur. I think it's all the same. It's all bad to me. You don't do that. It's wrong to do that to people. It's like very kindergarten level understanding, but like, why do we have this hierarchy of like what is worse? It's like, well, I can't change being Filipino. It's like, what does change have to do with it? Well, nobody wants you to change your race or change your weight.
You could change your weight.
Shouldn't be, but who cares? You shouldn't have to change your weight. You can be whatever you want. Like, I love everyone. So I just don't know why we're letting certain things be special, and that annoys me.
All right.
You love even horrible people?
I do. I think people should change. Yeah, even horrible people.
Suppose they don't. Still love?
I'd be upset with them. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think that, like, what are we supposed to do?
Are you a pacifist?
I used to be a pacifist. Yeah. I don't really know what I am anymore.
I used to be a
That's like one of your
pacifist,
bits. You don't know what I am. That's the H.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't
that's
that
the
one of your
thing.
bits?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The H, they don't know what they are.
The Q.
The Q.
Question.
You have one of the funniest jokes.
They get the menu,
Yeah,
and
he's like,
I don't know what I want, so they get nothing.
You knew that.
Yeah. By the way, it's a fantastic routine, and the
Thanks.
plus at the end means more's coming.
Right.
That is such a
And
great.
it's going to be so long.
Do you remember when you found that? The plus? Had you know that thing at the end where, more is coming, more letters are coming?
When did I find it?
Yeah.
No.
It just came to you when.
Yeah, I just kind of did it on stage. Yeah.
It's so freaking good.
Thanks, man. Yeah, what is fascinating, I'm doing a little chunk about it now where I'm going. I think it's because once gay became normal, that's not fun anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fun to be normal. So, like, a gay guy would be like, aren't I naughty? And you're like, no, we love you. And then, like, because it's not interesting to be, like, just accepted.
Yeah.
Like once like people want to be this thing that is salacious and either like super accepted or super oppressed. That's a fun place to live in. That all day you either get to be a victim or championed. But once you're just regular, now you kind of scratch your head and go, this isn't as fun.
Yeah, gay has
Maybe
gone to
I'll
the-
be queer. That'll be different. That'll make people hate me or love me.
Well, attention seeking.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Very
Gay's gone down
childish.
to the bottom of the barrel. Gay is like
So
Just gay.
you have a
heterosexual, basically.
Yeah.
talk,
It's regular now.
one of my favorite jokes that I've heard maybe in the last 10 years, and I told you this, is that gay joke that you do
Oh, thanks.
about people saying that. Well, maybe
Have you
I
heard
think
this?
can you tell it?
Yeah, I say that, in the comments, people always go, Jeff Dye's always doing all these jokes because he's gay.
Right.
I bet he's a gay guy. He's a closet homosexual. That's why he's doing all these gay jokes. And I'm like, if you believe that, if you believe I'm actually gay, then why are you being so mean to me?
No, wow, yeah.
I'm in a very vulnerable situation here. I'm like a very difficult part of my journey.
Right. This is
You
a
actually,
joke.
Thank you.
you had another one in there that just grabbed me. I didn't see it coming. About everybody thinks you're gay. It was your father or mother. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
You know this punchline? I'm sorry I ruined
No.
it for you.
Is it the gay marriage one?
N-
I don't know which joke you're referring to.
But you say your father, your mother, father, some think that you were gay.
I don't know this joke. My dad thinks I don't know. I've had like an
I
hour
think
of
Mark
gay
is just
material.
saying that he thinks you're gay.
I'll remember it
Yeah,
sometime.
yeah.
I'll
No,
let
By
you
the
know.
way, I've known you at least loosely for probably like 20 years.
Yeah.
And you've come so far as a joke writer. Not,
Thank you
not
very
that you were
much.
bad back then, but I mean, your joke writing
Yeah.
has gone so.
Thank you
so
very much. I also think that
Were you bad back then?
I was just a young comic, and I
Yeah.
think I didn't really have a point of view or a
But there's
voice.
no good or bad, like you said. Yeah.
And also, like I was, I actually got to be solely a comic. I didn't have to have a day job, so like that made me feel like I'm doing pretty good.
Fantastic.
And then, but also, I think that like God or the universe or whatever you believe kind of gives it to you when you're ready. Like nobody wants to listen to a 23-year-old Jeff talk about the world. You got to kind of live a little. You got to kind of fail, and you got to
Right.
kind of try things, and you may have some experience. So I think that that's one of the cool things about our job is that like
I had that
older and
experience.
wiser we get, like that's more worth listening to.
When I was like 22 and I was doing my stand-up and I would see people in the audience in their 40s and 50s, I felt I have no right to talk to these
Yeah,
people.
I felt that all the time.
I thought they're going to come on stage and smack me. Would you shut up already?
Oh, I do like a corporate event, and I literally watched them go, "Why are we listening to this guy?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "You're right. I don't know why. You
I
booked
felt the
me."
same way.
I felt it was like my parents sitting out there going, just shut up already. You
Yeah.
talk too much. Yeah, it was terrible. And I was
100%.
afraid to curse
Oh,
on stage
interesting, yeah.
because then I wasn't allowed to curse growing up.
Yeah.
So I felt like if I cursed some person in their voice, go,
Hey, put a coin in the jar. You know what's fun? So I don't know if comedians maybe listen to this. I don't know who your
Nobody
demographic is. Well, but if any comedians do listen to this, they should take a lot of like pride in knowing that like I think we just get better at this. Like as an athlete. You're start aging out about like 35, and
Yeah.
ESPN's calling you old on television in front of millions of people because you're 35.
he's going to be 37 next year.
Oh, no legs.
no
This
legs.
running back. You go,
Yeah.
what? He's calling him old
Yeah.
on television in front of everyone.
Right? Did you see what his wife looks like now? It's just like terrible. Terrible. Just-
But being a comedian, it's kind of nice to know. No, you're gonna get better if you keep working at it. You keep like thinking, you keep reading, you keep doing all this stuff. Like, sky's the limit. Like,
By the way, it's that way with all art, I
Yeah.
believe. I started writing a lot more. I write other things. I write for a newspaper every 2 weeks. all kinds of stuff. So anyway, it just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
It's absolutely.
Well, I
and
think
I'm
our
as shocked as anybody.
I think our instinct is to see like a comedian who's like 25 on Netflix who already has a special, and it discourages you. You see like, oh, this guy's on the Tonight Show and he's like 23.
Right.
I maybe haven't done this yet, and I'm way older than this guy. It's like, don't worry about that at all. Like, yeah, you might be old to Lorne Michaels. Who gives a shit if you're old to Lorne Michaels? But like to the rest of the world, like we have all these ways to be heard and like share whatever we're thinking. And you could start at 50. Who cares? Like you've got plenty to say.
Right.
Rodney
Sky's the
Dangerfield
limit.
got popular in his 40s.
Yeah.
Before-
Louis Black, 40s.
Yeah.
Like
If
Larry
you go
the
back,
Cable Guy, 40s.
look at the old Ed Sullivan shows. Rodney was not that funny, and he didn't have I Don't Get No Respect, and he was just okay.
Yeah.
What really got the nation to love him was commercials.
Interesting.
He started doing guest commercials or some forgot what he did, but he did a whole bunch of commercials. People fell in love. He got the movies, and then he became the most brilliant
And he's
stand-up.
great. He's so charming and like
Best
what I think
Tonight
about
Show.
just even outside of stand-up comedy. Like I try to encourage comics because like people go, oh man, nothing's happening for me. It's like you've got your whole life. This job is so cool that way.
Yeah.
But then also like I think one time I was talking to my mom and she was like, yeah, man, I wish I could learn Spanish. And I was like, you can learn Spanish. Like, what do you're in your 50s and you're acting like you're dead. Like,
Mom, you're from Madrid. You can.
you can learn anything.
Spanish. Yeah.
Well, it's like learn if you've ever wanted to learn piano, get going, bub. Like you can
Right.
do it now. Like there's no if people live in this world of like everything had to be done in your 20s. I was too busy surviving in my 20s. I was looking for a place to sleep and like how to eat. But like, you can do any of those things.
Yeah, I agree, first of all, that you just keep getting better at it. I think the reason is because as we get older, we become better communicators and we have a better understanding of the world. And that makes us stronger communicators.
And you hate more things about it.
So I think with
Which
writing...
is funnier.
Yeah, with
100%.
writing and with stand-up, I don't know if that's... I guess it's true that anything you do more and more, you're going to get better at it. But I think it's specifically true to the arts that you're trying to communicate verbally in.
100%.
Yeah.
Except for sex,
if
right?
but also you start to care less about it.
No, but that's true too. But do you keep getting better and better at it?
At sex?
Yeah.
No.
There's a cutoff, right, for everybody?
I think that, kind of like my lack of caring is affecting the sexual
I've reached
part,
at about 25, I ran out of tricks.
Yeah.
It was pretty much over.
I got no
I'm just
tricks,
getting
but,
started, by the way.
but my drive is down. Like, I don't care at all.
Yeah?
Which, what a blessing. It's not that I don't care at all. It means, like, I guess what I should have said was, like, when I was in my 20s and 30s, that was the motivator. After the show, like, who's here? Who wants
To
to
my
drink? Who
memory,
wants
you've
to...
always done pretty well with women.
Well, comedy helps.
Yeah.
And money helps.
Yeah.
They immediately trust you when you're a comedian.
Yeah.
We're just good at talking. And, like, so...
Yeah, but they know you seem very safe,
Yeah.
I mean, except for one or two comedians who, really did horrible things.
Yeah. Vince Champ.
Yeah.
No, but I will say this: that I feel like I'm getting too like philosophical. Not being very funny, but I think
we're going to add laughs to the.
Oh, good. Thank God. This keeps happening. I go on podcasts and I just like the people so much that I just scrap all.
They're going to be
comedy.
screaming. They're going to be screaming you a Hitler thing.
Yeah.
They're going to be screaming. You'll hear it.
No. So I think the secret cup to being a human on Earth is to be able to articulate what you're thinking and feeling. I think, and that transcends any career, any job, any relationship, any art form. The reason people connect with comedians is like, wow, they said that in a way and it's making me laugh and it's so true and it's how I feel. The reason people in urban communities are identifying with hip hop is because the rapper is using words to articulate a feeling and like a thing that they've experienced where they go, holy shit, like, and young people for whatever reason are going inside. They're going in their headphones and they're not speaking very much, but all the people they're clicking with are people who can just explain it. I've done well with women, I think, because I can completely communicate with them everything I'm thinking and feeling. And then that makes them feel safe because they're like, wow, I know Jeff explain this. And
then you crush them.
Well, I think that manipulation is also a part of it because you can start to use your words to manipulate. But if you're virtuous with your words,
right,
you can really people will connect with you because they go, I know exactly what he's thinking. I know exactly what he's feeling.
Have you had long-term relationships?
I've had a couple long-term relationships, yeah. But a great example of this is one time we were at this party. I was dating Sarah Underwood, who was at the time the 2007 Playmate of the Year. So she was very pretty. Wow. And also that was me having any woman who's like had some sort of celebrity, and so that was kind of new, but it was the exact same time I was kind of having my first taste of celebrity with Last Comic Standing, so we were kind of like this like D-level celebrity couple, yeah. But anyways, we're going around and whatever, and we go to this party, and there's a NFL player there who's flirting with her, and she's flirting right back, in my opinion, and I just felt like such a loser for like the first time in a while. I had really felt like, man, this guy's got millions of dollars, like he's in great shape, and like she's loving this, and I'm gonna go back to my studio apartment in Hollywood and tell my little dumb jokes and what. So, anyways, long story short, we get back to the place and my place, and I'm mad at her, and she's like, "What is going on with you?" And I was like, "You know what? If I'm honest, it's just you were talking to that guy and you were laughing at his jokes, and I felt insecure about how successful he was and how unsuccessful I am compared to him." And I just wished you'd have given me that attention. And I wish you were laughing at my jokes. And I wish that you were touching my arm when I was talking. And I just felt insecure in that moment. And it pissed me off. And now I'm like taking it out on you. And she like broke down and started crying. And like started kissing me and going, no one's ever explained to me. And also didn't put it on her. I was just putting it on me. Like, hey, I felt
but
like
I think you're right.
Loser.
I think she shouldn't have done that. And
yeah, I think so too.
She's a hoe, and I'm glad you ended that one.
Did she get rid of his phone number?
No, she didn't get his number. But also, she was like willing to admit to me. She's like, yeah, I was mad at you too, and I was doing it like out of spite. And like, but like once you're able to just articulate those kind of things, it goes a long way.
You should have ended it with, what really hurt is I wanted to be friends with him.
I did.
Yeah,
he was a Seahawk and running back and like a cool guy. Justin Forsett, I think his name was. But like, but I just think like being able to explain yourself is such a cheat code for life.
So you can't say everything you are thinking to a woman. You cannot.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the problem.
I heard a psychiatrist on television say the best relationships, each person tells each other exactly what they're thinking. This guy's completely out of his mind.
How so?
Well, not too long ago, I got in a fight.
How could it be bad? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm with my wife, and we're in a fight, and we're in a hotel room, and I'm thinking, I'm going to push her out the window. Now, do I tell her that? No.
You gotta.
No.
I want to push you out a window.
Yeah, but I don't tell her. Because
he just does it.
Yeah. And say she fell.
Every day, your life insurance policy looks more and more tempting to me.
Yeah. Yeah, you raise the policy, and then you start saying on higher floors.
What would have happened if you told her? What do you think would have happened?
She would have gotten really upset.
You don't think she could have been like, I feel like killing you all the time, too?
She says that.
Yeah, that's my point. I think like it's.
But
it's
what
just
she
perfectly
says
honest.
is, I can say it.
That is true. Yeah.
It's
well,
communism.
also, I should be giving no advice on relationships. I'm terrible at them. But like, I do think.
How do you get out of them? Always hard for me.
Oh, I've been the worst at it. Yeah.
So what do you do? How do you dress nice? What do you do? Do you shower first?
Slowly distance myself so they can sense it. And then when they ask me about it or blow up on me about it, I go, yeah, and then I am done.
Like one of those National Geographic where the animal's moving back very slowly.
Just like that. But it's very cowardly. I'm pretty cowardly when it comes to breaking.
That is a cowardly way to go.
Oh, so I make it like seem like it was their idea.
Yeah.
Or like this is all young Jeff, but like I would literally wait for them to have the breaking point and be like, fine, okay, then it's over then.
Yeah.
Like made it sound like.
And then
I didn't pull the
I
trigger.
don't want
you
it to be over.
Yeah,
I'm like, but I'm done. I can't do this.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I'm not good at it.
Yeah. As long as you feel that way, I'm out of here. And you're fine.
So are you going to keep doing that?
No, I don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But I haven't been in a serious relationship for over 4 years.
Why not?
I think that I don't know if this is true, and I look forward to coming back on your podcast and being like, yeah, that wasn't true anymore. I think I have like this weird romanticism with like I did it once. I tried it my hardest and it failed. And when it failed, it hurt so much that I'm not willing to do that yet again, or maybe never. Like it does feel like.
What do you mean you tried so hard? Did you marry the person?
No. But I mean, like I really sold out everything. Like, oh, you want me to cancel comedy and go do that in Mexico? Like I'll go do that. Or if you want me to, like I was really all in.
We all have one of those.
Wait a minute.
Everybody has one.
I know, and my big one hurt so bad when it didn't work that I'm really guarded about trying to do that again.
But why don't you try and do it with a totally different approach where you don't sell out who you are? Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the example you're giving me is like you were giving up yourself for a person, which is not a great place to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like, I even with my wife, I've had times where she's like been like, don't do that thing. Do this date or something instead. And I'm just like, no, I'm not going to do that. And I didn't sign up for that.
Right.
And we'll get into a fight and then we'll resolve it. But I'm still maintain. You have to stand your ground sometimes.
Right.
you
Well,
know?
it wasn't. It wasn't that like she was making me do it and I didn't want to. I wanted to. I would like felt like a movie. Like I would have given up anything to make it work. I was like, that's fine. I got plenty of money. I've got a good career.
Right.
I know like who I am. But like this felt like that. Another part that made it so hard is most people have their first love when they're like 16 or 18 or like they've kind of went through that when they were like a young guy. I'm the only idiot who fell in love for the first time at like 39 or what. So like it was that much harder to like kind of rebound.
Yeah, that's a little harder. Yeah.
Yeah, and so in my mind I was like, man, everyone else has felt this before. This is like my first like heartbreak.
If you had a full-time relationship with married, how many Audible books would you listen to a month then?
Oh, probably a million.
Oh, really?
Million a month.
More? You would up it.
Well, don't you think?
I would think you'd have to cut it down.
More alone time.
Yeah.
Because I have one, and I'm not out hunting.
Yeah.
No, they take time. They eat up a lot of time.
Yeah, that's another part about it.
I mean, I watch TV shows that I don't like at all with my wife because you have to spend time with them.
Wait, what shows do you watch that you don't like? Like, give me one show.
So I went through 8 seasons of Downton Abbey.
Okay, and you didn't like it,
Didn't love it. I
Right.
thought it was okay.
but you kept going because
I
she liked
started
it.
watching The Queen.
Yeah.
I didn't really love it. I finally started dropping out of shows. She watched Hacks. I stopped watching that
I
with
hated
her.
that show.
And then she was White Lotus. I jumped ship on that one with her. And now the John Hamm show she's watching. I beat
Really?
it.
That was my favorite part about being in a relationship was watching shows and movies and stuff.
I
'Cause
don't
it feels
watch
like having like a sleepover.
any
Like,
of them.
Yeah.
Like,
You know,
my
it's a
wife
big-
watches shows. I leave the room. I don't.
Oh,
I have
really?
no patience for shows.
Really?
Yeah.
But like not even because she's like, hey, watch this one with me, or she don't care.
There's very few shows that I've ever enjoyed, and
My wife, in order to get me to marry her, it was a
Yeah.
big come on. She would watch like silent movies with me that she actually hated more than anything in the world
Right.
and made believe that she really liked Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton. And then when we got married, she goes, I'm never watching that
Oh,
again.
that's bullshit. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I hate them. I don't
Yeah.
like the mustache. They're not
I've never
funny.
liked it.
And
You
you
go,
watch me
"What?"
the rest of your marriage. You're on your own now.
So
But
dishonest.
she would sit with me and hold my hand. He is so funny. Look here. Look the way he twists the mustache.
I like
up and
that
down.
you like it, and then all of a sudden the old bait
It's
and
over.
switch,
Yeah, it was
dude,
total
yeah.
bait and switch
I
on
don't
me.
like that at all. That makes me. You're setting me back on
Yeah.
this. I'm not trying to. Just push me back 6 more weeks on finding love.
I actually asked her, I said, how come you used to like it? I never liked it. I just, she was honest. She
Yeah.
told me the truth. I didn't
Yeah.
like it. I just, I did it for you.
wow. But now she's done doing stuff for you.
Yeah.
I had an ex who would watch The Bachelor with me.
Yeah.
Or sorry, I would watch The Bachelor with her. I didn't even care for it. But I was like, I'd enjoy like making fun of the girls and making fun of the guys. Like I would like just constantly. And she at first loved it. Was like, oh, it's the best because he's just so funny during the whole episode, just ragging on these people. We'll actually pause the episode. It'll be like 3 hours because he's making me laugh so hard. And then after like a season of this, she's like, I hate watching it with him. He won't shut the fuck up during the things. He keeps talking during the. He's hating on all the guys and
Yeah.
all the girls. I'm like, yeah, you liked that.
Yeah, you used to
I
like
thought
it.
that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife will warn me actually not to talk during a movie when we have other people over the house to watch. Sometimes we have other couples over,
Yeah.
and she'll go, "Just don't put in your little information during the movie. Save it to the end. We can discuss it."
Save it to the end. Comedy wives are the funniest.
Oh my god.
Like I can't
Your
tell you how
little
many times
information,
I've
you
been
know?
at the
Little
Magic Club
information.
and like the wife of a comic will be sitting back there, and then their husband will go out to perform, and I already know the answer, but I'll be like, "Aren't you gonna go watch? You're not gonna go watch your husband?" And they're like, "I've seen it." Like they're all like they're like mad at it. You know?
So Brian Regan was here,
Yeah.
who's an enormously
He's the
talented
best, yeah.
guy, yeah, and he travels in a bus, right, all over the country with his girlfriend. I don't think they're married. She sits and watches every single show of his.
Amazing.
And laughs and loves it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, one after another.
That goes a long way, ladies. Be a generous laugher.
But what's going to happen with him is he's not married to her. But one day he marries her, she's never coming to watch the show
So,
again.
yeah, well, his last wife was not the most generous laugher, I don't think.
All of a sudden, I'm not funny anymore, right?
Yeah, what happened? Yeah.
10,000 shows in a row you watched.
Yeah.
That's it's tough. I literally have had girls go, I want to come to all the shows. I'm like, you don't want to come to all this. It really kills the magic.
Yeah, no, I'll invite my wife to the good shows, like to the
Big
I don't
ones,
want her to
yeah.
come to all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sit around and watch a
Yeah.
bunch of other comics. Then I have to get into like my petty, jealous comedy talk with the girl I'm with. You know, she's like, it was really good. And I was like, I f***ing hate that comic. Now I'm in this. Now I look even more bitter and jaded, like because. Yeah.
Or my wife is very good about this. She will come sometimes to Comedy Magic Club and sit in the back there. Not too often because she doesn't like coming anymore. She's seen it.
She's happy.
But sometimes these guys bring dates, and the date will want to say something when there's 6 other comedians in there,
Oh yeah.
and the comic gets kind of, you can see it gets tense. Like,
Yeah.
what you going to say? You're going to say something that everybody's going to know that this isn't going to work.
Yeah. Well, there was one time a comic brought his girlfriend back there, and this is like I don't think it was July with the 20 comics night, but there was a ton of comics back there for some reason. And this girl, I don't know why she did this, but she was clearly lying. She's like, I'm a comedian too. And then the comedian's like, yeah, she's a comedian too. Like, I don't know if he was just helping or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, really? And like, there's just no way she was a comedian. And I was like, where did you start? And she goes, oh, not here. I started up in Seattle. And I was like, I'm from Seattle. And she's like, oh. And I was like, well, where did you cut your teeth? Like, we were able to, like, with 3 questions, we were able to tell that she was full of shit.
Right.
Wow.
And I was just like, why? I wanted to almost pull the comic side and go, why did you do that to her? Because, like, every
wanted to
city
fit in,
was
I guess,
represented
right? Yeah.
back there.
Yeah.
You know, if she just said, oh, Philly, I'd been like, well, he's from Philly. You know, like, it was just such a weird choice by her to
Was
try to.
Swanee's in Seattle?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Comedy Underground, yeah.
Yeah, I remember playing Swanee's.
So you're from Seattle?
I'm from Kent, Washington, which is like 45 minutes south of Seattle. But there's no comedy scene in Kent, so.
Do you like
moved up
Seattle?
I do. Yeah, I think Seattle's great, but I think what it's turned into is a little depressing.
I mean, I went once a few years ago with my wife, and I found it to be one of the most depressing cities I've ever been.
At one
to.
time, it was really special. It's just like Portland.
But I'm not even just talking about the homelessness and everything like that. I'm talking about just like I found the whole vibe of the city to be depressing.
They like their depression in a way. Like it's
Yeah.
part of their identity. Like
It's
which
the weather,
I
the
hate.
weather, the
Yeah, I think
evergreen, evergreen, misty.
Also, hippies got mad. Hippies used to be like free love and we love art and we love each other, and then now the hippies turned into hipsters who are like angry because they have to
Right.
make coffee. You know, I don't know why they're mad, but for whatever reason they're very mad.
I was up there not long ago. I thought I saw a big mural of about fentanyl or
A
something.
mural?
Yeah, a giant on the side of a building.
Really?
You know, there's a dead guy with. It was either in Portland or Seattle, one of those 2 places.
I was laughing because you said they have to make coffee. Like that's been the result of.
Well,
of
that's
the
what I don't
hippie
understand.
movement.
It's like you guys sell $10 coffees to
Right.
each of us, and what are you? Are they making you do this? Are they holding you hostage?
But
You
it's-
seem really upset.
It's almost like that's the outcome of their movement. Like the hippie movement resulted in a generation of baristas. Like,
Right, it's what it feels like. Yeah, they're
Seattle
kids.
best, right?
Yeah, it's very strange.
Like what they wanted was peace on earth. What they got was a minimum wage job.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's genuinely, you're describing the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, in the big cities, Portland and Seattle. But like, they are so like, I don't know. I've never been able to put a good label on it, but it's like this victim Olympics kind of thing. Like, where they're just so proud to be something that everyone hates, but it's like, no one hates you. Relax. Like, you're all, you know, it's very strange. And that vibe is riddled with it. Or, sorry, that city is like riddled with that vibe.
And also, everybody's reading books all the time. Didn't care for that either.
You know, they were all reading books.
Everybody
up there?
was reading books.
Well,
Everywhere I
you don't
went.
read either.
I don't read.
It's like Silver Lake.
Yeah, it was a
Duh.
lot
Yeah.
of book reading.
Have you
which
been
is
to
a
Silver Lake?
solitary. I don't like public book reading. I guess that's what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
do it in
do
private.
Reading should be something you do at home when we don't see you. I don't like seeing someone reading
I know.
because you're out in public right now, but you're shutting yourself off He's gonna start.
Excuse me, I'm sure you're well.
Yeah. Well, it's annoying, isn't it?
It's
like
a
we
very
should be annoyed.
antisocial behavior to go into a social public space and then shut everybody out with a book. You're saying like this book is infinitely more interesting than
it's
any
a MAGA
of you could
hack.
be.
It's you wanting someone to see what you're doing.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like their book is their like, look, I'm reading. It's like I don't need to know you're reading.
Exactly, that's what it is.
Yeah, or it's like those pedal carts in Nashville where everyone's drinking and like lip syncing to Fall Out Boy or whatever, like shouting the lyrics. It's like, why did you need us to see you drinking in the streets?
I don't need. That's exactly what it is.
It's
I
that
don't have
feeling
any
of, like-
problem with people reading in their home
or library
Go
or
for
something.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not the fact that I don't read. I wish I could read. I don't.
So you don't like people reading in public?
Yeah, I don't like people reading in public.
Disturbs you.
Don't come out to the public
annoying.
space and shut the public out.
Yeah.
If you want to do a private activity like reading, immersing yourself.
Well, what about headphones that people have in the street?
I don't like that either.
What about this guy? He listens to Audible all the time.
In his car.
In
it's
private.
fine. In
Nobody ever
private,
knows I'm
yeah.
listening to
Do you listen
Audible.
when you're walking?
No, I listen to it when I like cleaning my house.
It's exciting when you find a good book on Audible.
I
right?
love it,
It's
yeah.
unbelievable.
I
What are you
love it.
listening to now? You remember?
Let's see what the current. I'm usually listening to about 2 or 3 books at the same time.
Do you remember them? Because reading, you soak it in more than listening.
I remember them all. Yeah, I'm bad with the titles, which is why I'm going to. So right now I'm listening to The Game of Life and How to Play It. It's very old.
Did you learn anything about how to play it?
I'm only 6 minutes into this book.
Okay.
The last book I
It's a
completed
7-minute
was
book.
From Strength to Strength by Arthur Brooks. Then The Queering of the American Child by Logan Lansing.
Oh, yeah.
Is that how they teach you how to do it?
I mean, they're literally already doing it. Just teaching kids.
How'd you
Hey,
queer
want to be
your
different and
American
championed?
child?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's wild.
Step one.
Yeah, and seriously, it's all gender theory and race theory. It's like they're literally making Marxists in front of our eyes.
Right in front of our. So I want to ask you something. Because we talked about young comedians and you would tell them what to do. I want to talk about, because your material, it seems so crafted
Thank you.
and it's amazing stuff. How do you do it? What's your process?
So I do 1 hour a day writing. The problem with that measurement is, and I'm sure anyone who's ever sat down to write jokes or write anything really knows this. Man, our social media is so tempting.
Yeah.
Like I'll sit down to write. I'll write for like 6 minutes and then I'll like look something up, or like maybe my habit is to check my Instagram.
Yeah.
And then now I'm on Instagram for like 15 minutes straight. And I'm like, dude, I just lost 15 minutes. So sometimes I have to sit at the coffee shop for like 2.5 hours to get an hour of writing done. But what I like to do is, and I learned this from Tommy Johnigan. He doesn't know that I know this about him, but someone said it about him, and now I do it. Is I do about 40 minutes of like just trying to think of things and work on things, and then the next like 20 minutes I look at old stuff. So I'll look through like old joke journals or like old notes in my phone.
That's great.
And I can like, I'm a better comic now, so I'm like, that idea would work better this way, or that was a good idea, but
Right.
never.
I've been doing that a lot myself.
It works
like
great.
Reviving old stuff.
And it feels good because you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not wasting that stuff. Or
Right.
it's not like just forgotten. But also, like, there was an idea there. It was funny for a reason to you.
And
I
maybe you
have
weren't
a-
ready to do it.
I'm doing a joke right now that's doing pretty well. It was one of my first jokes that I ever wrote.
Love that.
It's also in the LGBT space of humor, but I'm like, the F is missing, which is the feet people. And then,
Right, right.
there's a lot of people
Yeah.
who like feet, but they have no pride about
Why
it.
aren't they in the community?
They have no pride about, and then I have all these old jokes about the feet people.
Yeah.
That were some of my first jokes I ever wrote. Like, but now I've crafted them better, like the foot flag for the foot pride.
Yeah.
But I added just like a little thing, like the toes need to be separated so they go like that in the wind, which is just like,
LGBTQ
just little
is in the pride community.
yeah.
And the F is in the shame community.
Yeah.
Well, everything is abbreviated. Like S&M are abbreviations in their own. They never joined the other ones.
Right.
They're just. But everything that somebody is into gets a letter.
Yeah.
But
There should be a
I-
shame week.
I think there's an interesting thing that S&M did not join LGBT.
Right.
Like,
That is true. Yeah, they're not in there.
It's not LGBTQSM.
Right.
They're like, no, we're our own thing, and we don't have pride.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, but it's funny. Yeah, that's why it's dangerous to open it up to just everything.
I want to go back to you not having a woman for a minute.
Okay.
Because,
I want to get you on the material too.
Okay.
When you're done.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, and this is what I was thinking about. For me, I didn't want to get married, and best thing I ever did. And I didn't want to have kids, even better than the best thing. Like,
Right.
It's the greatest joy I've ever had. And I was thinking about it, and I was talking to my buddy about this last night because he's a comic, and he's like, I don't know if I ever want to have kids because like it could get in the way of the comedy and everything. I'm like, well, put it like this: like if it's getting in the way of your comedy, it's because you want it to, because it's better, right? First of all, it doesn't have to work out that way. Like Mark and I both managed to do it, but this is what I was thinking. Like, do you want to have kids?
I don't know yet.
So,
Q.
if you talk to anybody who has a kid, right?
They all say it's the greatest thing.
Well, God forbid their kid gets kidnapped, right? And you ask them, like, what would you do to get that kid back? What do you think they would say?
Anything. They would do anything. Absolutely.
So we're talking about, let's call it a product that people have that they would do anything to get back.
That's how important it is. Yeah.
Why would anyone not want the product?
Right.
Like,
well, my argument, or not argument, because I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I have only known people who love their children. It's their number one thing. It's
Yeah.
also in and this will be preachy, but I think it's the reason we're here. Right. Like that's what everything does, from atoms to ants to mammals to reptiles.
It's the first.
We make more. That's what we do.
It's the first commandment. Be fruitful and multiply.
There you go.
There it is.
So we are all on the same page.
You're only
on
fruitful.
Yeah.
We're all on the same page here.
Yeah.
We could all use some more fruit in this room.
Right.
But here's the thing. I think if you have kids, it'll be the greatest thing that you ever did, right? But I think if you don't have kids, it'll be the greatest thing you ever did, because you won't know the difference, A, and then B, you'll be like, man, all this, like, I can just tomorrow go to Spain for 3 weeks, or I can. So I think it's both. I'm such a glasses half full guy that I really think both are great. There's been many great men and women in our world who didn't have children. Mother Teresa never, even had a boyfriend. She never drove a car.
Have you seen her?
Yeah, but Mother Teresa had a very rewarding and purpose and meaningful life.
Yeah.
I think
Katharine Hepburn.
The Bible's full of men who didn't have children. And I think that I would be a great dad.
Yeah,
and
I think so too.
I think I would really, really love it. Yeah. And I hope that that's in the cards for me. Yeah. But I'm not going to force it or rush it.
Right.
Just because it is the best product that's ever been presented to me.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, so actually, I was just curious what your take was on
that.
I
totally agree.
Yeah.
I mean, and another part to anyone who's maybe listening who can't have kids or chose not to have kids or waited too long, people think, oh man, no kids. What are you doing? It's like, dude, the world is full of kids. I have like 9 nieces and a nephew. I've got all these. My friends all have kids. I get to be around kids all the time, and I really love their company.
Right. See if you really want kids, why don't you just start hanging out at schoolyards?
There you go. They told me I can't anymore. That's
just look through the fence.
That damn judge. That's what happens.
No pictures.
But I think kids are great, and it's not like the world will be. Some women, if they're barren, they'll think they'll be suicidal and stuff. It's like, no, there's still kids in the world, and also there's you could be in jobs that have kids, or you could adopt a
just
kid,
because for me I was tricked by, I feel like, a system that is anti-kid.
I know.
I really believed that I didn't want to have kids, and almost right up until when I did have kids and I changed my mind, but I almost missed out on the greatest thing I've ever
from a lie
in my life.
100%.
Yeah, from a lie. And especially prevalent in the comedy community. It's like, well, if you have kids, you're gonna ruin your career or whatever.
Don't listen to any comedians, by the way, about life. Yeah. I mean, you can have a good time and whatever, you can laugh at their jokes and stuff, but the library is full of smarter and greater people who you should listen to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Every comic's like an atheist and they think they're so smart. You're like, you're not smart. You're funny and I like your company, but you're not smart.
Yeah.
And 100%. You were sold a lie, and I'm glad that you had kids. Also, not to mention, I would have killed for a dad like you. I don't know you super well, but I would have killed for a dad who was just thoughtful and
this
kind
coming from the
funny.
guy who says you shouldn't kill for things,
Well, I just mean
so I gotta
metaphorically.
I'm going to Arizona on Monday to do a show.
Thank you, by the way, for the compliment.
Yeah, I made it.
And it's true. You are a good dad.
Thank you.
I've seen you.
Thank you.
Kids don't think so, but you are a good
Yeah,
dad.
they'll come around.
They dislike him.
Yeah, they can't appreciate it.
They hate him and they're little and they already hate him. Usually when they're really little,
they can't even speak and they go.
Yeah, they go, Dad. They see him and they run.
No thanks. Where's
so,
mommy?
I'm going to Arizona to do a show on Monday, so I got a phone call. I got 3 boys.
Nice.
Yeah, and my middle son calls me and goes, "I see you going to Arizona. I've got to go there Tuesday. Do you mind if I fly with you on Monday, and we'll hang out in the hotel together?" one of the great phone calls of my life.
Yeah, it's great.
know,
He
just-
wanted to hang out.
He wants to hang out with Dad.
Absolutely.
It was worth having kids just for that phone call.
I believe that.
Yeah, I know you do.
I don't want to ruin it for you, but
And
he
also-
wanted the free hotel room.
Yeah.
A free flight, you know.
Well, I actually said to him, because he's going there on business on Tuesday, I said,
Yeah.
doesn't your hotel, your business give you a room?
Right.
He goes, yeah, but if I don't have to have one, I mean, I can hang out with you. And
That's
That's
beautiful.
great.
it was really something.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's also that's another great part that shows that you were a great dad. That he's like, nah, now my dad's older now, and he has his independence. Like that teenage conflict is just
Tough.
super natural and normal.
The
But then
thing
so
I
many
like-
people like lean on it, like, oh, we didn't get along for a while. It's like, yeah, dude, you were like a teen, you were snotty, raging hormones, and you were dependent on his money, but you're also kind of embarrassed of like that. That's just a natural part of the
Right.
story.
So I did something, I think I may have mentioned on podcast once.
I want before you move
Go
on.
ahead.
I just want to
I'm
say
not moving.
about that thing you just said. I think the most beautiful part about that story is your appreciation of it. Like even more than the fact that your son wanted to do it is the fact that means so much to you. To me,
It does mean a lot.
it's like
I got a good Chad Daniels story. We were at Montreal and everyone's drunk and having a good time, and we think we're so great because we're at this festival, or at least I do, and it was very important to me. And we're all sitting in this circle drinking, we're laughing and kind of exchanging jokes. We're all trying to hold court. And Chad Daniels looks down at his phone. He goes, "I'll be right back." And he leaves and he comes back. And when he was gone, you could kind of see him over there talking. He's like, "Buddy, you're just gonna have to use your iPad. Like Dad will be home. I'll take care of it, blah blah."
Yeah.
He's like, I'll get you a new phone. All right. And he comes back and he's just glowing. And I was like, "You everything okay?" He goes, "Yeah, dude. God, I can't tell you how great it makes me feel when my kids need me."
Yeah, it's pure.
Because his son is now older, and so like his son has kind of stopped calling him for problems, or stopped like going and getting Dad because something's wrong.
Right.
And so when his son at a certain age can't afford a phone, like he called him and he was so happy. 1, to fix the problem. 2, it felt good to be needed. 3, it felt good that like he can count on Dad and Dad can deliver.
Nice.
And I just remember being like that. Like he's at Montreal with us, and he was still like,
right.
that made me feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. With my boys, I did something that if my father had done with me, it would not have worked out well for him. So each one, I said separately to them, and they're all adults now. 2 are married, 1's getting married, and they got kids. I said, "How was your childhood?" Separately. "You got any gripes with me?
Yeah.
Lay it on me." And none of them came up with anything.
Really?
Absolutely.
That's great.
Amazing.
That's great.
And
Now do Mom.
what do you think?
That's what I would be nervous about.
So if my son had called up, how about if this was a scenario? I'm married 35 years, and it's the best 6 years of my life. So anyway, if my son had called me up and said, "I want to go to Arizona, but I've been cheating on my wife, and I knew I was going to meet my girlfriend there." So what do I say to him?
You say, "Yeah, but there's going to be this other girl you'll see. Don't worry about it."
Oh, and she's not your mother.
honest,
Just
yeah.
because, like you
And
say,
what are you
just
gonna
be honest.
What are you going to be weird about this? Come on.
She's going to share the room with us.
It's
Don't
hot,
worry
yeah.
about it.
She's
You
very
can
hot,
sleep in the
you know?
chair. So
Well,
those are the things you avoid when you live an honest life.
yeah, you don't have to deal with it. Yeah,
No.
I think that's another reason. It's funny that we're circling back to that. Is that another reason I don't steal is not because I'm better than people. Another reason I don't cheat is not because I'm better than my friends who maybe are promiscuous and cheat. It's because I don't have the stomach for it. I can't live with myself. Like
Yep.
I like that I make honest money. I don't like looking over my shoulder. And I think that doesn't make me a better person. I'm just like I've never worried I'm gonna get a call from someone or a cop looks at me in the wrong way. Like I like the idea that my conscience is.
Where'd you get this value system
100%.
from?
Yeah.
You weren't born with it.
Just kind of developed it. Yeah, over the years.
How?
But
I don't know, just people that I looked up to. I don't know who said it. There's a great quote where it's like, if you figure out who your role models are and who you want to be like, it's pretty easy to be like them. You just start being like them. You go, what do I like about Daniel? He's very kind. So like I admire that kindness. I want to be kind like him.
by the way, you are.
Thank you very much.
One thing that's always struck me about you, and going back to the very first time I met you, which was at the Olive Tree Cafe.
Yeah.
20 years ago, you've always said kind things to me. You've always been an incredibly nice person,
Well,
and that
you.
sticks out to me about you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I value it. I value kindness, and I think that like you can I think like if you told a little kid like you see how that girl or boy's treating you, then it made you feel good. Try to be like that. Like that made you feel good. I had this little flare up with Mark Maron where he's like trashed me on Bert's podcast or whatever. But the whole reason that whole thing was even brought up is because I was trying to point out the double standard that like Mark Maron, all these comics look up to Mark Maron, and he's not very generous about it with these. So a lot of young comics, me at the time, had like these hard feelings about it because we really wanted him to be like nicer to us, which is he can do whatever he wants. But like when you listen to him on WTF, he'll be like, I met Jimmy Page and he was an ass to me. And I'm like, how does he not get that?
Associate with that.
Like, so I just was kind of pointing out the double standard, like, yeah, you know how Jimmy Page made you feel? You know, it's just what we kind of look up to you when we feel. And that's all I was trying to point out. I didn't want some war with Mark Maron. I didn't expect all these comics to come out of the woodwork and trash me for bringing
But they
it
look
up.
for things. This gig I have on Monday.
Yeah.
Now I got the gig? You don't. You don't. So, guy's wife calls me up and says, listen, Mark, we're doing a thing on Monday. We'd like you to come and entertain. And she says, we've wanted to get you for a long time, but we didn't have... So I said, really? So how come? Yeah. She goes, 20 years ago, you were at an event that my husband was at, and he didn't have a ride home. You didn't know who he was.
Wow.
And you said to him, hop in my car, I'll take you home. And I dropped him off, and he's been in love with me ever since.
Yeah, that went a long way.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it meant nothing to me to drive.
Yeah, like I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. And he never forgot it.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that. Like it's so like small, like small things.
I wonder what else you could have done to have sped it up to like at least 10 years.
Are you a sober guy?
Yeah, 18 or 19 months now. Newly sober, 19 months. But it's probably the longest I've ever went. You know.
So has that helped your value system too?
It hasn't helped my value system, but it's definitely helped my comedy and my relationship. Because I was like pretty fun drunk. I was a pretty nice drunk and fun
Drunk on stage?
all the time. Yeah. But I didn't even know.
See, I'm sober too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't drink before the show.
A few more months than you, right? How many months are you at?
40 years.
40 years. Yeah, you got me beat by a
November-
lot of months. Yeah.
November 18th, 1984.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it has changed everything.
but
Also,
tonight-
in some books, I would tonight's the night.
I'm going out. I can't take another minute of it.
After Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your son wants to have a beer with you, you wouldn't even tell him no. Well, I will say, like, I didn't realize until I stopped drinking how reckless I was being with so many things. But it took that clarity for me to be like, geez, I didn't even, like, just like even being in the green room with like my comedy peers and the managers of the rooms.
Sure.
Like, those small interactions are like, oh man, you're so much easier when you're sober. And I was like, was I difficult back then? And they're like, not really, but like you were, you're having, it was like a party, like where now it feels like an actual like relationship. And I was like,
So
oh,
how'd you
that's
stop?
interesting. I just stopped cold turkey. Yeah. I had a bad thing happen.
Yeah.
I crashed my car and then I had to spend like 15 hours in jail. And
So
then,
you were drunk when you were driving?
I was the morning after, but I was drunk. Yeah, I was over the limit for sure. And I remember being so humiliated by everyone, by my own actions, that I was like, I'm going to have to deal with this sober. Or I'm going to start tweeting some things I shouldn't. I'm going to start like saying some things I shouldn't. So let's just not drink until maybe we get some of this. Because I would, people were saying bad things about me. Someone told the story on a podcast, and I was going to be very mean towards her if I wasn't in my right mind. So I was like, let's just be in our right mind for this. But then that entire like month or week or 2 months or whatever, as I'm not drinking, everything started, my sets were better. My conversations were better. I was waking up early. I was having better workouts. Like, I didn't realize by consuming that much alcohol what it was affecting me. And so, like, it's not like alcohol was evil and I hate it and no one should drink.
Right.
I don't say that at all. Drink if you want to drink. And
Right.
I get why people do it. It's real fun.
Yeah.
But I think that, like, my life, it was such a better trade to just not do it. Like,
Did you have to detox at all?
Well, the first, like, couple of days was really tough.
I had the DTs when I stopped.
Oh, dude, I thought I had COVID. I had a joke about it. They're like, I was like, man, the same week I quit drinking, the same week I get COVID. Can you believe that? Just my luck. I go to the doctor and he's like, this isn't COVID, stupid. This is alcohol withdrawal. And I was like, oh, yeah, same symptoms. I was all like achy and
Yeah, I
sweaty.
heard voices, sweating, shaking.
I had a lot of shaking. And
I
a lot of
hallucinated.
sweating. Yeah, I didn't have any hallucinations.
I did.
What did you hallucinate? Do you remember?
So I heard, I was in bed shaking it out, and I heard these voices, which are hallucinations, say, you're going to die. go inside and say goodbye to the person I was living with.
Really?
Yeah, and I got up in
Terrifying.
bed and I went. And I said, "Listen, I'm going to be dying soon, and I just want to say goodbye to you."
Yeah.
And she said, "Okay." She knew she was out of a relationship there, but basically she made it didn't mean that much to her. And I went inside to die, and here I am talking to you.
Yeah.
But I will never forget that.
The next day is like, you said
You
You
liar!
promised me.
this is just like
You never come through on anything.
So I'll never forget it, and I'm glad it happened to me
Yeah.
because it's important to remember it. Keep it green.
Yeah, I mean, I want to glamorize getting sober, but I don't ever want it to be like too preachy or like my thing. But it really did change a lot of things.
That's how I felt about telling you about the kids thing. I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm being preachy right now.
No,
But
not at all.
I do
I
feel
loved
like
it. Yeah.
it is true in my
Also, there's not enough
experience,
people on
you know?
that side of the argument. We need more
Yeah,
guys going like, hey. It's
I
good
don't
to-
even think it's an argument. It's just like I just feel like people don't know how fun it is.
I think it is an argument. You know how many
Yeah.
women like pride themselves on not being like the normal formula? So like they think it's somehow heroic to not have kids. Or there is an argument that we have overpopulation. Whoever said that is a stupid idiot.
Right.
Look at the numbers. We have less children. Like people are not reproducing. It's like it's going to eventually be a problem, and it's already started to be a problem. So like people get all their knowledge from like a Bill Burr special, like that. Like we need to get the like.
Yeah.
There's no overpopulation problem.
Now, those people have never flown from New York to California and looked out the window of the
Yeah.
plane. There's not one person for about for
a
like
lot of
1,700. It's just land and mountains, and
Yeah.
maybe one moron has a house in there,
Yep.
and then that's it.
I'm telling you, they live in New York, so they think there's too many people.
Yeah.
It's like no,
There
there's
are
too
too
many
many
people
people
here.
there, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
so
like,
much empty
could spread
space.
this out.
There's
Yeah.
so much empty space in this country.
Yeah.
They could put another 4 billion people.
And in
in
the
there.
Also,
world.
people will say,
Yeah.
also, who would bring a child into this world? What a terrible thing to say.
Yeah.
Someone brought you into the
Yeah,
world.
those people aren't leaving.
Right.
Yeah, who would bring a child into this world? So then why are you not killing yourself?
Right.
And also, maybe that child would be the one to fix the things you don't like about the
Or
world.
just a good person.
Like, why do you have no hope in the future of humanity?
Yeah, it makes no
Right.
sense to me.
By the way, during
I don't know.
the Jews in the camps got pregnant.
Yeah, they're still reproducing in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's hope. Yeah, like
Yeah.
exactly. Like they
Israel
still
has
carry
more
on.
is one of the few countries that actually has more young people coming, more births than almost any other European country.
Right now, you're saying.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
With all that's going on, they're still having kids and they still have hope.
Why during the Holocaust did they call them camps?
Yeah.
I don't know
What's
who
the
came up with-
definition of
Well,
camp?
they were
Yeah.
sleepaway.
But it's the problem is it makes it
People
sound
stay there
too
overnight.
positive.
That's a
Little
good
camp.
question. I've never heard anybody, like,
By the way,
answer
I
that.
agree
Like,
with you.
They
I-
should have a more heinous name for it because it wasn't a camp's like where you send your kids. It's where I want to go to
Yeah,
camp.
who came up with camp? Was it the Germans or the Jews?
Well, they were really death camps, but they
Terrible.
yeah,
Yeah,
they,
but why does it have to have the word camp in it? They could be death facilities.
Does your
Course, they
producer?
stayed
Can
in
you look up
bunks.
the definition of camp?
Bunks.
right, they slept in bunks.
Yeah,
That's why it's a camp.
Once there's bunks, it's a
a
camp.
camp.
yeah, that sucks.
Even if
Bad
they-
food.
Anywhere you go is a camp, I guess.
weak drink, like strawberry pop or something. Yeah, that's I don't know why, but when I went to sleepaway camp, I always thought the word camp was like
Yeah,
not
I
so
like
good.
camp.
So
Camp's
what
a
would you
good
call
word.
it? What would you?
They should call them death forts or
Yeah.
like they should have a terrible, heinous name because I went to Dachau. It was one of the most depressing places I've ever been.
Why'd you go?
When?
Why?
Oh, it was we were in Germany, and that's kind of the whole thing when you're in Germany, like that little place. They don't have any culture because it's all just like remember this and like it's kind of sad.
Oh,
I wanted to go like, why don't you have any like positive stuff here?
Yeah.
Isn't there like some DJs? Don't you have any the whole country is just a tribute to like how terrible all this and it's good. I think it's good, but like after 6 days, I'm like, dude,
It's a lot.
It's too heavy for
Why
me.
is
Like
that
I was
good?
already-
That's not a good way for anyone to live.
well, it's good to remember history, and it's
Yeah,
good to
oh,
like
yeah,
see
well.
that stuff. I just think that it's like overkill a bit. Like it's like it was so heavy. Even the first hour of me being there,
Sure.
that I was like, I can't do this for a week. I'll just
Did you
whatever.
walk on the train tracks?
Yeah, all
Yeah.
that. It was amazing, but it was also like so heavy. You could feel the heaviness of it. But I thought like there needs to be a heavier word than camp. That sounds.
What about you're out of here?
I don't know what it would be.
Yeah,
Death
camp is
chambers
much
or
too
something.
playful of a word for what it is.
We went to camp.
And then
It's
like a
no,
German
it's
guy
not
blowing
camp.
a
But
whistle.
there's going to
Like,
be badminton and
Yeah, like they're playing tetherball.
yeah,
if-
tetherball.
There was no.
he's got one of those little metal whistles. Attention, campers!
Yeah.
Welcome to the camp.
I've got to look up what the definition of camp is. Just
Have
to
you
get
been
to
to
the
Israel?
bottom of it. I have not. No. Avi Lieberman. I keep seeing his picture pop up over here. This guy. I can't. Avi Lieberman. I never see him, and then I always see him in the same spot at like the Improv.
Yeah.
He's just kind of chilling at the bar, and he's like, "Hey man, you ever done Israel?" I go, "No, but I'd love to." And he goes, "We should figure that out." And I go, "That'd be great."
Yeah.
And then we don't see each other, and then we
tell me
again
spoke.
run into each other 2 years later in the same spot. You ever done Israel? I go, literally the last 2 times I ask him, I don't even think he likes me anymore, because the last 2 times I saw him, I go, "Hey man, we've done this 500 times.
I've done that conversation
and
too
I
with
don't want to do it anymore."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I'm telling you a date right now, January 5th. Can you do January 5th? And I go, "I don't know, man. Like, I'm just so over it."
Yeah.
You know,
So
He's still
I've gone a
figuring
couple
it
of times. Been to Israel.
teasing me with bookings for 20 years.
I've been there for 10 times to Israel.
Nice.
I'm going back October 19th with the wife for 10 days. The Avi Lieberman gig is some of the best. It's not for the money.
Well, I'm not doing it for the money.
Yeah,
I would
it's
like
not-
just to
yeah.
see Israel. Yeah.
It's an amazing little
Yeah.
few days there. The audiences cannot be better, and they're wonderful. They all speak English, and you're treated like a king, and they take
Sounds
you to all.
awesome.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
really
I love history, and I'm a big Bible guy as far as like the middle. That's the whole setting of the Bible, and
Yeah.
so like I would be very interested.
every
in that.
religion has a spot there.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So there's it's the last place supposedly Jesus walked.
I've been asking
Right.
Avi to do that gig for 20 years, and he's like,
There
"Oh,
you
well,
go.
I'm looking for a date for you."
Yeah,
He's waiting to book
He's
you
waiting
with
till I'm dead.
Jeff.
we'll go together.
I
We could go to
would
Israel
love-
together.
I would
That'd be
love
awesome.
It. I would love it.
Yeah, because I really just kind of want to see it more than anything else. Like free trip out there.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really. So we should.
We should wrap, but I want to say this before we get. Oh, we have 1 or 2 stories we'll wrap with. But before we do it, before we started recording, I was telling you about how my bus got robbed a year ago, and you said that you think stealing is worse than killing. And I said, let's talk about that.
Right.
We never did get to it. So why do you think that?
Well, I don't think it's worse than killing. Obviously, murder is terrible. But I just think there's something so icky about taking something from someone. It's very traumatizing. Like, people that maybe steal go, "Oh, what's the big deal? You're being dramatic." It's like, no, like, the idea that someone out there is using your stuff and is like, also had no care for like how hard it might have been for you to get
it.
that.
Yeah.
Or like they think, "Oh, well, insurance." Like, I don't know when that became a good argument.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, insurance. Yeah, well, insurance costs money, and insurance companies are already the biggest scam in the world in the first place.
Yeah.
So like, you wonder why the insurance rates are so. These kind
Yeah.
of things. It's all part of a system. Thomas Sowell always talks about like in like urban.
He's amazing.
He's incredible, but like in urban communities, like those small stores, like in Oakland or whatever, they're already only ordering like 20 boxes of cereal, right? And so they're getting it at a very high price because Walmart can order 5,000 boxes of cereal. They get it at a very cheap rate. But when you only order 10 or 20 for your little convenience store, you have to pay a pretty big price, and the overhead of like a profit is very. Now, if even one guy goes in to steal cereal, now it's jacking up the prices of your community. You're your whole city by doing that.
Yeah.
And so it's very like greedy, it's very selfish, and it's something.
So by the way, Thomas Sowell, I happen to know he loves cereal. And when it's stolen, the price goes up, and he's personally affected by. And he's an economist.
Yeah.
So I mean,
big deal to
he
him.
understands
Big
cereal.
Captain Crunch guy.
Yeah, he's a
I
big
think
captain.
he would be a captain.
He's like 90. He's like 90 years old now.
I thought he was passed. I didn't know that.
Thomas Sowell?
I just assumed he was passed away.
I don't think he's passed because I saw him recently, maybe an hour ago.
Really?
But I saw him on a talk show, and he's very old, and he
I
hardly
love
does
him.
interviews. He's
Super
amazing.
Smart, yeah.
When I
Yeah.
was
A
starting,
lot of these
He's
old
so
guys that I
smart.
want to meet are kind of too old to meet. Like Ted Turner is like kind of like early dementia already. Thomas Sowell doesn't really do anything if he is still alive, like you said.
He's so smart they won't have him on CNN or MSNBC.
I know they can't. He'd be too logical for the
Yeah.
modern lens.
when I was gonna say my first few years of comedy, I thought Richard Pryor was dead, and I was like, when I found out he was still alive and he just had MS, I felt like he was brought back from the dead. I was amazed, and then I wrote him an email, and he wrote me back.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, whether or not it was him or his wife who responded. Anyway, I got an email from Richard
Well,
Pryor
that's
in
huge.
my
Yeah, you should
inbox.
frame that.
Yeah, it was just like, hey, I wish you well as a comic, and thanks for.
Oh, that's
you know.
great.
There was a guy who used to own the Improv in Chicago, Walter. He was one of the partners at the Improv in Chicago. He lived there, and I used to do the Improv a lot, and I would see him. And then somebody told me he had passed on. And I felt bad because I felt, I really liked the guy. And then I'm pumping gas on Pico, and I see him. And I was frozen.
Yeah.
Because he was dead.
You were like your old girlfriend.
He's dead in your mind.
I was told.
Well, they told me he was dead, and I said, and I remember saying to them, "Really? When did?" And he said, "Just happened recently."
Was this before the internet?
Yes.
Because before the
well,
internet,
it was like 20 years ago.
It's hard to. You can't just look that up in your pocket.
Right.
You trusted that. Yeah.
I saw him, and I ran over to him, and he laughed because I said, "I heard you died," and he laughed.
It is funny.
He thought I was joking.
Yeah.
And I let it go at that point.
Yeah.
And then,
you want to do a
by
story?
the way, he's dead now.
Can we do we usually will do like one story
and
and
with
riff
this-
on it.
So yeah, we have these little stories we try to make up, but I really wanted to hear about your writing thing because, but anyway.
No, do it. Ask it. I'm sorry, I forgot we didn't.
No,
come back to
that's
that.
okay. I mean, I wish you would shut your phone off when you write. I'll tell you, it'll change your life.
Really?
Have you ever missed a call you could not have missed in your life? No, not really.
No.
Even if someone's dead.
Yeah.
It can wait one more hour.
The way it tricks me though is like sometimes I'll look up a thing for a joke.
Yeah.
Right. Like well, why do we call it camps? Like maybe we should have a different. Well, let's look up the definition of camp, and then you go to the internet. And now by going to the internet, you've opened this, and then a notification
it's a Pandora's
comes,
box.
so
It's
one of
very
those
difficult.
things. But I agree with you. I should. That's why a lot of my best writing is on an airplane.
Yeah,
Because there's
you
no
can't.
way to be.
And you don't buy the internet?
No.
Yeah. So you
Shitty
see, you're
internet.
so focused. When I don't have my phone with me, I get so much more done.
Yeah.
And
Same.
yeah, it's a good thing, but it's a discipline. Like you got to leave it in the other room.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
what I do is I shut off the thing on my computer.
Smart.
And it helps.
There was a while there where I wouldn't let my phone be in my room where I sleep, and that was way better for my sleep. But
Yeah.
I gave up on that.
What is when you're on the road with Seinfeld? Do you see him writing?
Yeah. Yeah, we talk about routines, and then he's always going over notes and going over new bits
I
backstage.
want to show you this picture. Jerry Seinfeld is very aware of it, but I don't know if you're aware of it. I have.
Yes, sir.
But do you see him sit down and write with like a pen to paper?
Backstage, sometimes, yeah, but he's going over notes that he had written
Right.
and learning new bits. And then we sometimes say to each other, I'm committing to do this new piece tonight, and he'll commit to do something new.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go back to my room and I'll rehearse it and do it, and then we'll go out and do it.
Yeah.
Where's this picture?
What's it on?
Jerry's my comedy Buddha. I talk about him all the time. Like I literally this is a mural in the guest room of my house, and those are
Wow.
all in gold Jerry Seinfeld quotes from like interviews that I liked. Not bits,
Wow.
not jokes.
Does he know about this?
I think someone printed a picture of this once and gave it to him at a red carpet.
I'll be
But
with
I have a Jerry Seinfeld room in my house, and this is it.
Wow.
I'll be with him next Thursday and Friday.
But I'm a huge fan of his discipline, his writing structure. Not structure, that's a bad word. His philosophies about writing, his philosophies about jokes
Yeah.
are spot on.
He's Zen.
Yeah.
You should,
Zen guy.
you should show it to him when you're with him.
Yeah.
If you want, I'll show it to him.
Yeah,
I'm
for
going to
sure.
see him. So here,
I'm sure he's seen it because, like I said, I think someone else has showed it to him before, but
so
happy to give it to you.
we have these different little stories. We try to find something funny in it.
All right.
So here it is.
That's the exercise.
New York Post. RFK Jr. singles out 4 potential causes of crisis impacting nearly half of America's kids. Shocking report shows. So, what should RFK be looking at, like health-wise?
For children?
Children, adults, right? Like here he's going after red dye, of course. He's always, autism, things that cause cancer in kids or in adults. So we were talking earlier, yeah.
Red dye's always been a big culprit. I don't know what it is about red dye, but when I was a kid, my brother was very allergic to red 40, the dye. That's when I first
Really?
learned about it. Yeah.
39 he was good with.
Yeah. I don't know how they got to 40
Yeah,
with these
yeah.
red dyes, but what is going on with the red dye? Like, why is
There's
it
so many other dyes too. There's blue and yellow dye and
Jeff dye?
Yeah,
Jeff
why
Dye.
is there even this shit in the food is what I don't understand.
What is
Would
what
you
is
not
it?
eat
People-
Captain Crunch if it was all the same
people
stale
like color. People like color.
Yeah, it
They like-
helps.
foods.
Yeah, you don't want like boring Soviet-looking food.
Yeah, but if it tastes good and you're not gonna die, I think it's pretty important.
So Kennedy, who comes from a family where so many people are killed,
Yeah.
you would think he'd be looking at other things to save lives.
Yeah, maybe cars with tops.
That was Ralph Nader's thing.
Yeah.
But bullets.
Bullets. Yeah, well, we need those. Make a lot of money off those. I don't know.
I wonder what is in that red dye, because it's been going on since when my brother was a kid. And,
Forever.
So like, yeah. They all know that it's poison.
I'm sure Vine licorice, the red ones.
So what are the other things he's saying?
It is annoying that food is so hard to eat well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like they always talk about, like, in the old days, you'd have to go hunt a deer and then clean it and freeze it and keep it whatever, before it goes bad. Whereas, like, I think now trying to find healthy food is just as hard as hunting.
Yeah, it is.
Because you can go to Trader Joe's or Whole Foods and they'll be like, that is all bad for you. And I'm like, really?
Everything.
They go, you got to look, you got to read that. I go, but I don't even know what any of this shit is.
Yeah.
Like, it's harder to find healthy food now than that's the new hunting.
So he says other problematic ingredients include grains, sugars, and fats. The three things that are totally tasty.
Yeah, people love those.
Yeah.
People love that stuff. When I was a kid, now you hear all the lead stuff. They test you for lead.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I drank from lead pipes. I chewed on lead pencils.
Really?
100%.
Is it number 2 pencil?
Number
lead
two?
pencil?
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's a
didn't
lead
know that.
pencil. I chewed on those lead pipes.
And you're fine.
Yeah, and I sniffed. I only pumped leaded gas.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm out of
Yeah.
my mind.
And you're fine. No, you're fine.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Those things are safe.
yeah.
And there were no seatbelts.
Right. I actually, George Burns lived forever, like he was always smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
And then I read this
17 a
thing.
day, he said.
I smoke about 4 cigars a night.
Really?
And I love cigars.
Me too.
And I think nicotine, I read this thing that like nicotine's good for you. And I was like, that's it. Not reading any of this stuff. I got one that I like here. I'm not, this article makes me feel good about it.
Well, there's that old joke about a guy who read that smoking cigars is really bad for you, so he gave up reading.
It was 100%. That's what I kind of did. I'm not doing this.
That's the opposite of a Janine Garofalo joke where she's like, I'll never get a scan because, they'll find something. So,
Let's just not get scammed.
When you were drinking, were you smoking that many cigars?
Yeah.
No, but I did. It was a nice pairing, having like a cigar with like a whiskey.
Sure.
But like it was more of like a couple a week. But then that's kind of replaced it. Just because habitually, like, it's nice to have a thing at the Comedy Store while everyone else
I can't
is
tell you how
whatever.
many things I've had to give up since I stopped drinking.
Really?
Yeah.
Like?
Cigarettes first.
Okay.
I smoke cigars, only Cuban cigars, at like $25 a pop.
Nice.
Like 2 or 3 a day. Coffee, 20 cups a day. Had to get rid of it.
And you don't do coffee anymore?
No more coffee. I drink
Really?
tea. Yeah.
That'd be a tough
Drink
one for me.
Tea.
he doesn't eat or drink anything.
That's it. I eat very rarely.
Give up
Yeah.
meat.
You gave up meat?
Yeah.
Really?
You eat very rarely?
Yeah, I kind of eat like a bird because I drink coffee all day and then I smoke cigars, and those are both like, I don't know the term for it, but like it suppresses your appetite.
Interesting.
So like I'll forget to eat. And people are
Yeah.
like, how could you forget to eat? I'm like, well, I'm kind of like always drinking a
Stimulated
coffee.
by
Yeah, like
something,
so like, and then when I do eat, I'm like, oh, I should probably have a meal, and then I have like a proper meal. But most people probably don't forget to eat. But I have so much coffee.
I've been intermittent fasting for about a month and a half.
Yeah.
So I go a long times now without eating.
Do you like it, or has it been hard?
I'm down 20 pounds, so that's
But
good.
was it hard?
No, it's not hard.
Then there you go. That's great. Yeah, that's awesome.
It may
It's a
get-
discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's annoying sometimes, but it's not hard. Like, it's annoying when, like, you're there and they have the food that you
Yeah.
really want, but it's not the time. But it's not
That
hard.
sucks, yeah.
Well, you got anything you want to plug?
Yes, please. My website is jeffdye.com. I'm literally touring everywhere. I don't have any like big exciting news, but I am coming to every city.
You have a lot of gigs. I saw that.
Yeah, so I'm like, I thought when I moved to LA, like, I want to be an actor. And I was like, but why? I never wanted to be an actor. Like, they kind of sold me a lie that, like, that's what you do. You become an actor. But I don't want to be an actor.
No.
I want to be a comedian.
Yeah.
And so it's been great to just be digging into being a comedian. So I'm literally touring everywhere. I'm going to be in La Jolla. I'm going to be in Houston. I'm doing all these dates. So if you go to jeffdye.com, I'd appreciate if you buy tickets to those shows.
And
Instagram,
we'll do
any
Israel
of that?
together. Let's put it on the
I think
books.
that would be great.
With
Yeah,
or
yeah.
without Avi.
It'd be fun, yeah. I think it would be great.
Any Instagram stuff or
Yeah, it's all just Jeff Dye. Just
Okay.
at Jeff Dye and jeffdye.com.
Me?
Slim?
I got a new special out, and the only one out on Amazon.
Nice.
Reconquistador. And it's available. You could rent it. It's $2.99 to rent. So
I'll watch it tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I saw it.
On what?
It's on Amazon.
Amazon. Sorry,
I
I missed
saw
that.
it and it's really good.
Thank you. Yeah,
And I saw it for free.
Yeah, well, you saved $2.99, but you probably spent it in the gas because you drove to a movie theater.
That's right.
Oh, that's.
I went with you to movie theater. You showed it at the theater.
Yeah, I showed it at a theater before it came out, but it's half. It's a half documentary and half stand-up special.
Love it. I'm excited to see it.
MarkSchiff.com, my book, Why Not? Lessons on Comedy, Courage, and Chutzpah, and, YouTube, Instagram, X, all that good stuff.
Love it.
Awesome. All right,
Thanks for having me, boys.
We think it's funny. We hope you guys did as well. And if you did, leave us 5 stars and a nice review. Jeff, it's awesome having you here,
Thanks
man.
for having
Thank
me,
you
guys.
so much. Find us on YouTube, X, Instagram, all the other things too. Bye-bye.